make and maintain signs. The themes were as modern as the era they represented, and they flashed. They glowed. They brought you to town in the past. They bring you to town today. The signs always have a theme, although today the theme might change in a moment. Last minute's message is erased in the next minute.
I've often wondered what my grandfather must think when it comes to signs and seeing, because the old adage, a picture speaks 1,000 words. And so now on these LED screens, we're able to put on the street images and change the images at will that are very, very powerful.
And at the Palms, a skyscraper-sized barbecue plate becomes a 270-foot-long cocktail in the time that you can lift a really, really supersized hamburger.
It's incredible just to see when you go down there and actually see what you've created, and it's actually having an impact. Something that you've done that's come out of your heart is actually out there, and people are seeing it.
The signs have grown from earth and into the stratosphere. But behind each letter is the craftsmanship of hundreds of people and the salesmanship of many more. Now, once the word high and high-tech only meant that YESCO's billboards were high in the air.
Back in those days, we painted the boards. There were no digital prints that we'd put up, and so I would have to have painters come down from Salt Lake, and we'd take the panels down, bring them into the shop, hang them up.
And what about the next 100 years? What could possibly be next? Billboards now tell stories and change before your very eyes. Just as our buildings have changed a bit over the years, each would tell of a new tube, or a new process, or of a new truck, or a new addition to the extended family. And to the extended family, which includes 100 years of customers, for it is the customers that have really kept us in business. Some have been there almost from the beginning. Yes, they are family too, and their experiences are our experiences. We just love to see the moment electricity is applied to the sign, and we are just as excited as they are.
When our customers see the signs that we build for them in general, they're really excited. And I have seen customers actually cry when we've turned on the sign for the first time.
In business, it's called the customer experience. At YESCO, we call it shared family moments.
And they're always excited. They can't wait to see that sign go up when they walk out the first day and look at it, and they're taking pictures. It's a good moment. It's a good moment to share with your customers.
Yes, all tells a story of a family's values, with a bit of Thomas Young in each story. We now have our wonderful franchises carrying on our YESCO name, yes, as part of the family too.
The first critical effort or component to having that value or that familial culture exist within a franchise office is finding the right person and finding an individual that sees value in that culture and sees how that culture can help them have business success.
I've had new franchisees come up to me and they've got their first YESCO business card in their hand, and they say, look, here's my name on a YESCO business card. And they've taken great pride in being a part of the company.
We've shown a great deal of where we made history, such as in Las Vegas, Utah, and the Intermountain West. Today, we are equally proud of Los Angeles, Boise, Phoenix, Reno, Denver, and so many other cities. YESCO is now 100 years old and still a family-run business.
Standing right behind my father, Tom Jr., is my mother, who's just been a champion to keep us together, and my sisters and their husbands and the cousins and the grandkids. We unify together in a much wider goal of sticking together and sticking together for what's good.
And now the fourth generation is a big part of the company.
I know what they've been told. I know what they've witnessed. I know what's in their heart. And I know they're going to do their best, and they're going to be successful.
Obviously, there's a lot of pressure that comes from continuing a legacy and following the footsteps of, my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my dad, and his brothers. But mostly, it's really just a great blessing and opportunity to just have the opportunity to come to work and in a company that was built by them.
Yes, built by them. All of them. Starting with that 24-year-old artist of 1920. And what would he think about the company today?
Tom himself would be fascinated by the technology that they are now using. I could see him walking around the plant, talking to every single person working in that plant and asking them how they do what they do and how it works. I think he would love the design work that they're doing. I think he would be astonished. I think he would be incredibly curious, but I think he would most of all be proud of his family, that the company has continued as long as it has.
It is a century of American history.
The history of what went into those older signs and what we are trying to carry on. We're hoping to build signs today that will be there 100 years from now as well. And I think we're all proud of that.
And it's a century of values.
I think the big message we want to share is a message of celebration and a message of gratitude for all the hard work of so many people, and then a message of hope about the future. And not only is this a great place to work today, but we hope it's a wonderful place to work not only for us, but for our children and grandchildren.
We've worked diligently to pass the business along better than we got it. And that's, our Father has created this sense of stewardship. So we don't view ourselves as owners. We view ourselves as stewards.
It's been a wonderful, wonderful, exciting trip for me, my life. That's the way I describe my life. It's been a great ride, a lot of learning, things to do, and yes, it's been fun.
YESCO, over 100 years in the making.